speaking?
Yes, I'm just filling in
Yeah,
my
Professor
contact.
Deborah. Hi,
Yes,
Dr. Deborah.
yes, I'm from the
Yeah.
University of the West Indies in Jamaica. And I just have a general question for the presenters on the use of or the application of digital technology in this era of social media. How do you think it's impacting the social interaction in terms of our young people and adults in their interaction? In terms, is it helping it or is it a deterrent? What do you think is the impact of all this digital technology on social communication? Or in the case of the conference, the application of social media in the digital age?
Dr. Deborah, are you
Thank you.
addressing that one to any one of the presenters? Dr.
Any one
Deborah.
of the presenters?
Okay.
Yes, please.
So any one of the presenters could answer the query of Dr. Deborah.
Can I answer the question?
Sure. Go ahead, Professor Roman.
Okay, I think that we are social beings. So this is a new way of communicating among us. We used to communicate in other ways in the past, and now we are, as we are social beings and we believe in social learning and think they are positive. As everything, they have a negative and a positive side, but in general is good because it's the way that human beings learn, by means of social interactions. It's a new way of social interaction, but it is a social interaction.
Thank you very much, Dr. Roman. Any other answer from the presenters?
Yes.
Go ahead, Professor Chukwari.
Yes, this is Professor Joshua Fukwere. I had a paper I published sometime this year, which looks on that aspect, the impact of social media on social interaction, specifically for students. One of the findings is that social media also assists in terms of that kind of engagement on the positive side for students. And not just that, when you look around today, on the negative side, you find out that it removes human touch, human connection among people, among individuals. Despite that we are in a social media age, technological age, but the more we are using social media, we find out that we are losing human touch, that it can be in a gathering today, someone is sitting next to you, you do not even know the person, but people are more concerned of their social friends than real friends. So that alone caused a problem that there is limited human touch, human interaction, even in a social gathering that you see different people. Before now, people will begin to interact. Oh, how are you? This and that. Begin to interact with each other. But today, that is being gradually being taken away because people are concentrating their time and effort on that social media than looking at each other, understanding each other, interacting with each other and everything. And that is a big negative impact, which I've seen that social media is bringing. So even though when you bring it to the side of this of students, you find out that and youth, find out that people continuously interacting on social media instead of engaging with one another, even at meal time. You find out people, instead of them discussing, having fun, sharing lost memories and stuff like that, but they're busy interacting with people they don't even know or things they don't even understand. And that is a very big issue. So going forward, I think everyone that uses social media should understand that life is not all about on the social media. There is real life apart from social media life. And for that to be controlled and be harnessed, there should be a paradigm shift that we should focus on not just social media interaction, but real life for us to build real life friendship and so on and so forth. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Joshua. Any other answer? from the presenters?
Hello, hello. Is Ibrahim?
Go ahead,
Can
Professor.
I go ahead now?
No, before Dr. Ibrahim goes with his
Hello.
question, hold on. Dr. Ibrahim, you are required in room 2. You have to present your paper there.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Krishnan.
Thank
Dr.
you.
Krishnan, would you
Okay.
like to answer the query of Dr. Debra?
Yeah. Can I? I was in room 2. I could
Yeah,
not.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello. Can you hear me? Hello. Hello.
Okay, I'll ask the question again for Dr. Krishnan.
Yeah, Dr. Debra.
Yeah. How is social media, the application, the social application of technology is impacting our young people in higher education in terms of their social interaction? Is it positive? What is that impact of the social media on in the use of digital technology on that social interaction amongst teachers and students? Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Debra. This is a very pertinent question to this conference. See, social media has taken its impact or its importance in education. We have to accept it, one. Number two, COVID has facilitated technology to step into every teacher and student as a book, as a tool for learning or teaching. These are inevitable. Then the third part is when it comes to social media, what we think is normally the Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn or Viber or all of these metaverse components are one which enhances the space for teaching and learning. This is a positive aspect, provided the student uses their tools. The tools are nothing but their mobile phones. Mobile phone has become a very disruptive tool or technology enabled product. So if they know how to use it in a right way, then all the students, all the teachers can have the benefit of this technology. In addition, emerging technologies are going to facilitate more of these social medias into a better tooling aspect. Tooling in the sense, it can be used for simulations. It can be used for artificial intelligence creation. Like we have another program in which we are going to find out how Twitter is going to be dealt for artificial intelligence development or a sensitization or for finding out the rationale behind people being infected by it. Number three, there are a lot of things that are coming up with augmented reality, virtual reality, our Google Earth, which works on the augmented reality space. All these things are facilitating the students. When we were students 30, 35 years ago, we did not have this opportunity. But today, the kids, the students, and the teachers have the opportunity, which is much envisioning them to look into the world in a micro space. These things are really beneficial to the students as long as they really take it in a positive way. It's more of a perception orientation rather than a technological facilitation. Thank you, Debra, for your question.
Thank you very much, Dr. Krishnan.
You're welcome.
Any other
welcome.
answer from the presenters?
Yes, I think I have a
Go ahead,
kind of-
Dr. Joshua.
Thank you. Yes, I have an additional question to what Prof. Debra just asked. Now the question is this: how can we effectively, as academians, adapt or apply social media in our teaching and learning without distractions for the students?
Are you addressing that one too? Oh,
So that's the question.
okay.
Repeat it, Dr. Joshua. Frankly, I was searching for Dr. Ibrahim and I peeped into this room.
Okay.
Can you
No.
repeat your question?
Thank you. My question is this: how can we, as academians, effectively apply social media in our teaching and learning without causing distractions for the students?
Good, good. See, let me tell you one thing. Today, physical aspects for learning, paraphernalia, like notebooks, textbooks, everything is gone. We can do anything what we do with our notebooks and textbooks with our mobile phone. Or an abridged version or an enhanced version can be an iPad or a laptop. With this tool, the total world is shrunk. There is going to be a limitation for infrastructure being investment. The investments that goes into infrastructure is going to get reduced. Number two, the space limitations are going to be reduced. Today, we are having people across the world on a single platform called Zoom. Zoom is a social media platform as it is being used for a conference. So like this, Google has its platform. Cisco has its platform. Every social platform, when it is connected through internet, the teaching and learning is becoming cost effective. We are having experts from Philippines. We are having experts from New Zealand. We are having experts from we have experts from India. We have experts from elsewhere, all joining here. All this is because we are not going to spend on flight. We are not going to spend on staying somewhere. All our costs are being written off. Like this, the students will also have opportunity to network within themselves and then grow on for creating new projects, building up better networks, and learning more through collaborative way. So this social media is going to be a best support for a teacher or a student. So be whoever it is only creativeness and intelligence is required in networking. When you're networking, you should have the open mind and inclusivity to involve people more to the group and have brains, because one brain can work to a certain extent. If you have multiple brains together stocking for a project, then the project is going to become successful because it's more brains that are involved. It's not a physical requirement alone. It is more of a cognitive impact that is being transferred through this technology. Thank you, Professor Joshua.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Krishnan.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so if there are no other questions, maybe Dr. Krishnan? Or are we going to the main panel?
There's a question in the chat.
Hold on. Okay. This from
What is it?
there's a question from Professor Isaac. Let me read the question of Professor Isaac. No?
Okay.
The question is for the first speaker. For the first speaker. The first speaker is Dr. Joshua. Dr. Joshua, this is for you. No? Since there is no standardized process to follow to arrive at the conclusion of a study that employs the systematic review method, how acceptable will your final submission be, considering that standardization creates validity? Or Dr. Joshua, you can just read that one in the chat box.
Okay. Thank you, Professor. Great. Now, based on this question that was asked by Isaac, yes, because there is no standardized, I think you are referring to rapid review, but not a systematic review. I think you're referring to rapid review. Now, because remember, rapid review is a mini version of systematic review. Yes, thank you. Based on that, there is when you look at the systematic review, when you follow it, when you look at it, there are more or less a process that can follow before you can come up with your study. Why this is a mini part of it? What researchers normally do is to borrow the when you read the paper we presented on this topic. What researchers are doing using rapid review is to take some components from systematic review, not all components. They take the components from the structure that they need to follow for them to arrive to a conclusion. They take some components. Why are they doing that? Is for their research to be reliable and to have some level of validity in it. So, of course, there is no standardized process to follow. However, as a researcher, when you are researching, you should be able to follow the one. You should take some component from systematic review so that your research findings can be trusted and be reliable. And that is what I can say. So that remember when I was talking, I said something that because there is no standardized definition of systematic review and there's no standard, and because of to mitigate that very issue of no standard or whatever, researchers are borrowing components from systematic review for them to do their research, for it to be trusted, and not just research without any kind of a guided standard approach. Reason being that because they want to arrive to a conclusion as quickly as possible, they need to remove certain things for them to get their conclusion as quickly as possible. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Joshua. Okay, so I'd like to request everyone to open the camera for photo opportunity. Open your camera. We have.
Good evening, Sir Brownout.
Yeah. Smile. Smile.
Good evening, sir.
Photo opportunity. I'm now on panel number 5. Open your camera. Panel number 7. Okay, you can close your camera. Close your camera. So thank you very much for attending this session, and we are ready to go back to the main panel. You still have a question, Professor Swanson?
Yes, there's a question for me here.
Okay, go ahead.
And I would love to respond to that. Okay, so basically what influenced me to carry out the research myself and my co-author was that in Nigeria here, memes are commonly used. Like you go to various social media platforms and you find you find out that memes like are shared by different people via their status, via their WhatsApps, via Twitter, via Facebook, and all that. So that was what actually influenced me to carry out the study, coupled with the fact that these memes are usually used in a very funny and humorous ways, like the example I gave earlier with some of the memes that was used as part of my slides. So that was basically what influenced me to carry out the research. I wanted to find out more about it because the usage of memes is very common among the youths in Nigeria. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much,
Thank you so
Professor
much.
Swanson. Okay. So I guess there are no other questions. Okay. So we can go back to the main panel. the main panel is not yet open, so maybe you can still raise clarifications if you have. The presenters are still around. Any other queries?
Hello,
I
Professor.
would
Bukri.
just like to
Okay,
thank
sorry,
the
continue.
chair of the
Dr.
session.
Joshua, go ahead.
Thank you, Chairperson, for leading us so well in this breakout room. I just want to appreciate you and your patience and your tolerance, as some of us were experiencing technical challenges. Thank you very much, Chairperson.
Dr. Joshua, are we ready for the main panel?
Okay, thank you. Yes, what I want to say is that let's be patient enough, because I think in room 2, they are still busy with 1 or 2 things. So as soon as they finish, we all are gonna move to the main room where we're going to do the final part of the conference.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you.